Greetings folks, and I hope you're all happy and healthy wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for something a little bit different. So this is not the usual run-of-the-mill figure review, preview or showcase, although we still have plenty more of those coming up on the channel, and be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you don't miss any of it. No, instead, today's video is something I've been planning to make for quite some time, about the darker side of figure collecting, where the hobby we all love can turn into something far more sinister. Not just collection, but addiction and obsession. Don't get me wrong, this is not a video about destroying the action figure hobby, but about how to recognize the pitfalls and keep the joy in collecting. But before we dive in, by way of background, I've been collecting action figures and pop culture memorabilia since I was about this big, a very small child, but came back to it seriously about 10 or 15 years ago. And the results are what you can see behind me, not insubstantial. But in civilian life, I've spent the better part of my career as a therapist and counsellor, specialising in addiction. From the get-go, I will say, these are just my thoughts and in no way intended to scare anyone off the hobby or collecting in general. And if you do think you or someone you know may have issues regarding addiction or compulsive behaviours, always seek professional help immediately. But there is a darker side to collecting that seldom gets talked about, so let's drag it out into the light. Firstly, what are the signs that my figure collecting is becoming unhealthy? Well, let's answer that with some simple questions. How does it make me feel? Do I get the same pleasure from the hobby I used to get? Well, as with anything done over a period of time, it becomes an automatic behaviour. We're constantly changing creatures. What gives us pleasure today may not give us pleasure tomorrow. But is the pleasure overall of admiring my figures or collection disappearing and being replaced with the need to acquire the next big release, which is then cast aside as the hunt continues for the next new grail? Is familiarity breeding contempt? Am I comfortably numb when I open that new figure and am presented with a box? Well, this is where collecting can mirror addiction quite closely, in my opinion. If it was a drug, we become tolerant and dependent physically. The dopamine hit we get from a new figure will inevitably drop over time, but probably more importantly, we're chasing something that doesn't exist, the perfect hit. Will that new release or that 2.0 figure finally complete me and my collection? Well, the short answer, unfortunately, is no, it won't. Because as long as there are collectors, there will be companies making figures that are bigger, better, and cost more. As the saying goes, perfection is a road, not a destination. And there is no finish line in this hobby. Let's talk about the thing us Brits shy away from, money. Am I spending every available red cent on action figures? If the answer is yes, then that's fine if it's not impacting other areas of my life. But when bills are going unpaid and I'm going without essentials, and we all define essentials differently, then maybe it's time to reevaluate. How much time do I spend online looking at action figures and other people's collections? Well, I guess that's down to how much free time I have, but it's vital to remember the impact that this has. The experts would have us believe that spending 20% of our free time on our hobby is healthy. I don't know about you, but for me it's way more than 20%. But it's not just the time spent that's important, it's what it does psychologically that we need to understand. I'll hold my hands up here. I am one of the worst offenders because I run a YouTube channel dedicated to the subject. Yes, this comes from my passion for the subject matter, but when we're bombarded constantly with adverts for the next big thing or that grail piece at a knockdown price, it can help tip collection into obsession. Social media doesn't cause addiction because we can choose not to look, but it most certainly feeds it, and feeds it very well. There'll always be a bigger and better collection out there. And if this feeds my envy and disappointment with what I have rather than inspire me and bring me pleasure, I'm often not even aware that this is happening, then maybe I need to take a step back. When I first started collecting, I looked at other people's collections on social media, their posts, to try and get inspiration and give me ideas for my own display. but quickly learned this is not about what other people have, but what I want to create for me. My collection is unique to me, just as yours is unique to you. And comparing is a very human thing to do, but when it leads to unhappiness, feelings of inadequacy, and the urge to spend all my money on what I don't want, then maybe I need to take a step back. Let's talk FOMO. Also known as fear of missing out, also known as one of the action figure manufacturer's best friends. Limited editions, pre-order windows, wish lists, wait lists, they're all designed to play into the obsessed collector's worst fear, the fear of missing out. How many times have I pressed play on a figure before I even ask myself the simplest of questions? Can I afford it? Does it fit in my collection? And probably the most important of all, do I actually want it? This is the power of FOMO, and the manufacturers know it. Most action figure collecting stems back to our childhood, where our love first started. When we got older and we've got more disposable income, we can relive some of that magic, but I always keep in mind reliving my childhood as an adult doesn't mean I have to behave like a child and discard my new toys after 5 minutes of play. Let's talk space. A collection will grow to fit the available space. I call bullshit on that statement. It'll keep growing as long as we're above ground. We never have enough space as collectors, and when we're kicking the kids out of their bedroom or Iron Man is getting displayed next to the microwave oven, maybe it's time for a step back. That's a lot of questions, but not too many answers. So what are the answers? Well, like each collection, they're going to be unique to the individual. And as I said at the top there, this is not about taking down collecting, but about keeping our passion and enthusiasm alive and avoiding some of the heartache and destructive behaviors that can push us out of the hobby for good. Firstly, as with any addiction, it's about recognizing what's happening, and secondly, taking action. I'm not suggesting going cold turkey by any stretch of the imagination, but taking a break can help to put things in perspective. My life will not end if I miss out on the latest release or upgrade. Those important to me will think no less of me if I just step off the 6-scale treadmill for a well-earned break. As a wise man once said, in your own time and at your own pace. Talking of taking a break, stepping away from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all the other social media platforms that desire to consume is thrust upon us. Not just if you're trying to curb your enthusiasm for action figures, but most other things as well for that matter. Give yourself some space to get things in perspective. Make the most of what you have, and instead of chasing what you don't have. Bring out those old figures that are boxed up or hidden away. Repose them, display them, and find out why you fell in love with them in the first place. Change up your display when it starts to get stale. They are action figures after all. They say a change is as good as a rest, and a reworked display can have the same impact on how we perceive it, just as much as adding new figures to it can. After all, nostalgia comes from the figure just as much as the source material. Buy time to think before you buy that next figure, and ask yourself honestly, why are you getting it? Don't follow the herd just because it's moving. You're as unique as your collection. Let those figures go that don't work in your collection anymore. Yeah, I'm the worst offender for this, but if the love's gone and your collection is moving in a different direction, let it go. It's a fine line between collecting and hoarding. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but above all else, control your collection. Don't let it control you. Work to a budget, plan ahead, try to avoid pressing play just because you can. As Aristotle once said, whatever lies within our power to do lies also within our power not to do. But probably most importantly, find yourself in your collection. After all, it's as unique as you are, a reflection of you, not only to other people, but yourself. We got into this hobby because of our passion and love, and that needs nurturing so it can grow and we can grow, and most importantly, survive. That about wraps it up, folks. As always, a massive thank you for watching. I hope this video has made some kind of sense to you. If it has, please drop a like and hype on it and a comment. And until next time on the channel, take care of yourselves and happy collecting.